Hey boys and girls, this will be your homework for Thursday night. It says this one is just adding and subtracting multi-digit whole numbers using the standard algorithm. So it says the table below shows the land area of 4 southeastern states. So it gives you the state and then it gives you the land area in square miles. Number 1 says, what is the total land area of Mississippi and Florida combined? So you're going to look at Mississippi and Florida, and it says if they're combined, that means you're going to add them together and get a total. So you're going to add up the total for Mississippi and the total for Florida together to see what you get. Number 2 just gives you numbers. You have to just stack them up and add them. And when you stack those numbers up, make sure you have them lined up correctly. So your 8 is in the ones place and your 4 is in the ones place. So that 8 needs to be under that 4 or on top of that 4, whichever way you write it. For adding, it doesn't matter which way you write your numbers. You could put the big one on top if you want to, or you could leave the small number on top. It doesn't matter. But line them up and add them. And make sure you show your work. Make sure you show where you line them up and added them on your paper. And same for this one up here. Number 3 says subtract. You're going to subtract. You're going to stack your numbers up. And for subtraction, you have to have this number. You have to write it the way they have it. So this is the way they have it. So you have to write 5,376 on top. And write 4,508 under that. And then you subtract them. Number 4 says Ricky read 1,084 minutes in August. In September, he read 895 minutes. Use the expression below to find out how many more minutes he read in August than in September. So to find the difference, you're subtracting. So that's what they did. They have it set up for you, but you have to stack it up so you can do that correctly. Number 5 says, how many minutes did Ricky read altogether in August and September? So you're going to take the amount he read in September and August and find out the total amount that he read altogether in those 2 months. So you're going to show your work again. If you need to get a sheet of paper, you can do that as well. Number 6, Gregory's favorite quarterback is Drew Brees from the New Orleans Saints. Another claim for the New Orleans Saints. In 2011, Drew Brees threw for 5,476 yards. In 2012, he threw for 5,177 yards. Gregory said this was a combined total of 10,543 yards. Explain what mistake he made. Rework the problem to find the correct answer. So this is what he said the total was for the amount of miles of yards that he threw in 2011 and 2012, but he made a mistake. So you're going to tell what his mistake was after you rework the problem to find the correct answer. So you can do your work. You can do it right here. If you can fit it in this little area right here, that'll be great. If not, then you can use another sheet of paper. And that is it for Thursday. And then this one is Friday. So however you want to do that. We may just do this one in class, but I'm going to just do it anyway on here. It says the table below shows the number of teachers at Westfield Elementary. So it has the grade and it has the teachers, the number of teachers. It says if each 3rd grade teacher has 24 students, how many 3rd grade students are at Westfield Elementary? So 3rd grade is here. And it has 14 teachers in 3rd grade. So if all those teachers have 24 students in their classroom, they want us to determine how many students there are in all. So for that one, you would need to do 24 times 14. So I could do that area model. I'll do both ways just so you can have a practice with both. So 24 times 14. That's how I would set up my area model. So I will have 20 and 4. Then I'll have 10 and 4 on the side. So that's how it would look. So I would multiply 10 times 20 to get 200. 10 times 4, 10 times 20 would give me 200. Then 10 times 4, 10 times 4 would give me 40. And 4 times 20 would give me 80. Then 4 times 4 would give me 16. Then I would add that all together. So that would be 200 plus 40 plus, and I will just do 80 and 16 right here, because I won't have enough room to stack up all these numbers. So that would give me 0, 4, and 2. That will give me 6 and 9. Then I will add 240 plus 16. I'm sorry, 240 plus 96. And that'll give me 336. So 336 students. Alright. So hope you can see that. The next one says, oh, and I wanted to also do that in standard algorithm so you can see that you will still get the same answer. And so you can see how to do it. We haven't really practiced that much, but I want you to see it as well. So that same problem, 24 times 14. I'm going to 24 times 14. Okay. So 4 times 4 is 16. Put my 6, carry my 1. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 1 gives me 9. I have to put a 0 here to hold my place because I've already multiplied everything by the 1's place. So now I have to multiply everything by the digit in the 10's place. Everything on top. So 4 times 1 is 4. And then 2 times 1 is 2. And I add that together. 6, 3, carry my 1, 336. So that's how you would do it. Standard algorithm. Can't hope you can see that. Alright, the next problem says, look at the equation below. Which expression could be used to correctly fill in the blank? So they want to know how you can write that, breaking it apart. So think about what place the 2 is in, the 4, and the 8. So you would have to multiply each one of these by 6. So you would need to have 6 times 2,000, 6 times 400, 6 times 8, because you have a 0 in the 10's place. So you can find that answer yourself. Number 3 says solve 7,292 times 7. So that one, I'll just do it in standard algorithm. It's quite simple when you're multiplying by 1 digit. So you just set it up like that, and then you multiply each digit by 7. Each digit on top by 7, starting with the 1's place. So 2 times 7 is 14. I put my 4, carry my 1. 9 times 7 is 63. Plus 1 makes 64. Put my 4, carry my 1. 2 times 7 is 14. Plus 1 makes 15. Put my 5, carry my 1. And 7 times 7 is 49. Plus 1 is 50. Put my 0, then put my 5. So my answer will be 50,574. Okay. And number 4. Let me just make sure I did it correct. So I'm looking sideways. It's hard to see. 64, carry my 1. 63, 64, carry my 1. 14, 15, carry my 1. 49, 50, yep. Alright, the next one says number 4, yep. Says 1 serving of goldfish is 55 crackers. How many goldfish are in 23 servings? Solve with an area model. So it's telling us to solve with an area model. So I have 55 times 23. So if I did that as area model, give myself some room here. So I'll break apart the top. I will have 50 and 5. And on the side I will have 20 and 3. So that's how I would set up my area model. 50 and 5, 20 and 3. So I would do 20 times 50. That would give me 1,000. Because 5 times 2 is 10. And then I have to have my 2 zeros still in there. So then I could do 20 times 5. And that will give me 100. And then I would do 3 times 50. That will give me 150. Because 3 times 5 is 15. And my 0 still has to be in there. Then 3 times 5 is 15. So I will add all that together. It'll give me 1,000 plus 100 plus 150 plus 15. So if I added all that together, that will give me 1,265. Okay. Number 5 says there are 12 eggs in a dozen. So they already tell you how many is in a dozen. Then it says, which equation shows a way to find the total number of eggs in 37 dozen? So if I know that 12 eggs are in a dozen, if they have 37 dozen, you need to do 37 times 12. So you could do that one yourself. Oh, so actually they already have I just want you to break it down. So 37 times 12. You do 30 times 10. You could do 30 times 12. And then you could do 7 times 12. Okay. So that one's simple. You can do that one on your own. Number 6. There are 36 trees in an orchard. Which tree has 38 apples? I'm sorry, each tree has 38 apples. Use the expression 36 times 38 to find the number of apples in the orchard. So you can multiply. You can do standard algorithm, or you can do area model, whichever one you're comfortable with. And number 7, the last one, says Carson made $238 each week for 4 weeks. Use an area model to find the total amount that Carson made. So on the top of the box, you would write 238, and on the side you would write 4. Then you would just multiply this times this. So 4 times 200, put your answer there. 4 times 30, put your answer in this box. Then 4 times 8, you will put your answer in that box. Then you will add it all together. And that is it for your homework.